Rise from your grave.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Game Grave. This is RC, and today I wanted to show off a game called Loot Hero DX. I was going through my Steam archives, my backlog, and trying to find a quick little game that would sort of, be I guess a palate cleanser between bigger games. And I found Loot Hero DX. Now, I was surprised to find out that this was actually created by the same team who brought us Plantera, and that is sort of a little game where you are planting fruits and vegetables all over the place and gaining money, and it's sort of like a grind type game. And Loot Hero DX is very much similar to that in that it's a grind type game, but it's a lot different. It's more action oriented. I actually went through this and I had so much fun playing it. I would say I had a lot of fun in the first hour. The second hour was more of a grind, but like I wanted to get all of the achievements in it. So let's jump into here. It's actually a very simple game. You can see here that I've reached level 100, which is the last achievement you have to get, is reach 100. You can see the little carrot trophy that's down there. I got 20 out of 20. I have a brand new game that we're going to start here, number 3. Let's jump into it. I'll show you what it's like at the very beginning of the game and what it's like at the very end of it. So the whole point of it here is that you're trying to save the land from this crazy dragon, right? And each part of the game has 10 levels that you can actually run through. You don't unlock the other 10, or rather the other 9, until you beat the first one. Now, when you go through these levels the first time, it's going to be a little bit of a slog, and I'll show you here. So all you're doing is running left and right, and you run into enemies, and as you run into enemies, they drop stuff like invulnerability, potions, health potions, loot, and you can replay levels over and over and over again to gain experience for your level and to gain more loot and everything. But wow, it's crazy because my main game, the guy runs so much faster than this. So if you see this guy, he's running pretty slow. So this is all you're doing. You run at creatures, and you just bump into them like so. And you'll gain levels fairly quickly at the beginning. As you run, you'll slowly get your health back. If you reach back to a house, you'll get all your health back. But what you're trying to do is upgrade all of the things that you see here. So you have 4 very simple things to, or stats rather. You have attack, critical, defense, speed. We're going to go with attack right off the bat. And that's your first achievement. But you can see that we're already doing much more damage to these creatures here. And we're gaining levels like crazy. So again, I'm not hitting anything on the controller. Everything done here is just by hitting left and right. The guy's actually doing everything automatically with his joust stick here. His javelin. But we do have some more options here for upgrading. So let's do critical, defense, let's do speed. And you actually have a speed adjust. You can actually adjust how fast your guy runs. So I've always just upped it every time I had the chance. One cool thing, though, is every time you gain a level, you can see that your character, he changes a bit. The armor starts to change as you play. The joust stick or javelin that you're using changes. You can see there's like a big cannonball or fist on the end of it at the moment. Now, this is one of those games where when you show it off to people, it does look incredibly dull. You know, there's no way to show it off a different way. But when you're playing it, it's just one of those games where you put something on. Like, I happen to have like a 2-screen setup with my computer here with Steam. So I play the game in one window, and then on the other window I can watch stuff on YouTube, or I can listen to, a podcast or something like that. And this is one of those great palate cleansing games that just, in between, bigger releases, is something that's really fun to play. So at this point you might be thinking, okay, you're going back and forth a lot, what else is there to do? So at the end of every level, there is a boss. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to run through. Let's see, we'll do our speed one more time here. We'll get up to speed 4. We're just going to run through and we're going to go after the boss right now. Keep trucking. Boom. Took him out. So stage clear. Now that we've finished 1, we can move on to 2. Now, doing this first run of levels is probably going to be the hardest in the game. The more you play through, the easier it gets. The higher level you get, the easier it gets, because you just start getting money like crazy. You can upgrade everything. It gets pretty insane. And to the point where, like, you're just absolutely going to have to grind stuff. It's just how it's going to have to work. Get our defense up. But it's always smart, no matter what level you play. Gain a level or 2, you know, at this low level here. Gain a level or 2 at each level. And upgrade all your stuff as much as you can. And you'll be just blazing through this stuff in no time. Let's see, critical. Defense, always important. Let's see if we can take out the boss here. There we go. Okay, moving on to difficulty 3. There were some interesting parts where I would be super high level, and I'd come up to a new version of the level with a higher difficulty. And I would kind of laugh because the characters were actually doing some damage to me. I couldn't quite run through them like I normally did. So I was like, oh my god, I actually have to, like, go back and forth very gently back at here, you know, and regain my health at the house, you know, kill a couple guys, refill at the house, kill a couple guys, and keep going back until I was able to fill up my defense. But I would laugh because I'm like, dude, my guy is so powerful at the moment. I can't believe I actually have to, like, you know, grind this little spot here just to, like, gain gold and everything like that. The thing that I find most interesting about this game is it's basically like an RPG, but just completely sped up. Like, it's everything you would do in an RPG game, especially like a, you know, turn-based or grinding style RPG, you know, where you get random encounters or whatever. But it's all that stuff just like rolled into one, and it's not only rolled into one, but it's just sped up 20 times. You gain levels way faster, you upgrade your character way faster, you gain gold way faster, it's just crazy. It's like taking the whole idea and just going, you know, hitting the throttle on it. So what I aim to do with this character here is I'm going to play through it. I want to get to the dragon. I think we can take this guy out now too. We don't seem to be gaining gold as much as we were before. I want to get to the dragon of this first set here, and then I'm going to show you what it's like, you know, at the highest level with my other character. Just so you know, this game it's only $2.99. It's $2.99. I'm pretty sure I must have gotten it in one of those big game bundles that you can get on Bundle Stars or something like that, or maybe in a Humble Bundle, something in that effect, because I didn't even know I had this game. I was just kind of looking through my backlogs and saw, oh, Loot Hero DX, I wonder what this is. The install is super tiny. I don't know how many megs it is, but it's, you know, I think it's in the double digits. It's super, super small. And the game, while being $2.99, unless you could find it in one of those bundles, it's also not going to take you a whole lot of time to play. If you just want to play through it and get the bulk of the achievements, you'll play it for like an hour to an hour and a half. If you actually want to do all 20 achievements, that's going to take you about 2 hours. I just looked at my time before I started this because I just finished all 20, and it said 2 hours, which means I guess it could have been, you know, 2 and change, I guess, 2 hours and change, but it's going to be probably between 2 and 3 hours for you to finish everything in this game. And this also seems like one of those games where, like, I know when I finish a game, I usually move on to other games, but it seems like one of those games where if I play through it once, in a year, you know, I might want to just come back to it and just do what I'm doing right now and just have some fun and grind through some stuff, you know? Because there's something really satisfying about running through all these enemies and then just, like, getting to the end and plowing through the boss as well, which we will do in a second here. Boom! I think we're pretty high level at this point. We're level 10. We got a lot of upgrades for our guy. Let's see if we can plow right through to the dragon here. We'll stop at the last house for upgrades. Alright, we got some options here. Boom! Some of the achievements are actually pretty fun to get to. I feel like they could have added another 20 achievements to it, just to add more longevity to it. Or they could have like changed it up a little bit for the player. Some of the stuff that's in there is like, you know, finish a level within 15 seconds, which you'll find once you get through some of these levels and keep upgrading everything, you'll just speed right through all of these enemies like, you know, like a knife through butter. It's hilarious. Boom. Yeti down. Moving on to the Dark Forest, home of the werewolves. Can't imagine any traveler actually wants to run into anything like that. I think I forgot to put my speed up. Nope, it's up. Alright. We're good. Keep on trucking. Take that, werewolf. Boom. This is home of the Minotaurs, some kind of ruins here. Up our critical here. Oh, see, we're getting a little bit of feedback there, so we might have to grind this area out just a little bit. You see my health going down quite a bit. I'm pretty sure every time you hit the house, not only does your health go back up, but I believe it saves your progress too. So if you happen to die, the only thing that really happens is you respawn and then it takes away whatever gold you earned when you were away from a house. So I think every house is basically like a checkpoint. So we're going to grind here a little bit, get our defense and attack up. Let's see what's lower. They're both at the same. But either one we upgrade here, it's actually going to push it into the next realm, which you'll see in a second here. There's actually 4 stacks of upgrades you can do for every ability. Man, having a hard time grabbing gold in this one. It's just not as plentiful as it was, maybe in a different level. This one might take us a little bit of time. I think you get higher amounts of gold for, like, you know, better combos and that kind of thing. If you're killing the creatures faster, I think you get more gold. Oop, losing a bit there. Alright, still not quite there. I think once we upgrade, I think maybe we'll go attack on the first one. We should be able to cut through them a little bit better. But we should probably do one more defensive upgrade as well. But we might go to a different level for that because the drop rate on loot in this one is just not great. We are almost level 13 as well, so that might help. Alright, let's go with attack. So you see right there, so we got an achievement for stacked. You can see that a little red arrow icon pointing up above the attack shows that we've completed the first stack of upgrades. So you can actually upgrade attack 40 times until that stack is full. Now when the stack is full, you can actually keep upgrading it, and your attack numbers under your stats up there will keep going up. The same with defense. Defense will keep going up. Speed will also keep going up, but critical actually will only stay at 100%. Once that reaches 100%, you're just wasting your money if you spend money, you know, upgrading it. There's no point. Okay, we're not cutting through them as much as I'd like, but we're not dying like we were, so that's good. Whoops. Back here, there we go. Try my hand at the boss here. Oh, did you see? He just took me out right there. Went right back to the house. Not quite strong enough to take him on yet. Probably need at least one more point in defense. We'll grind a bit more cash here. Still moving at a good clip here. There we go, level 13. That will surely help. And when you do gain a level, I know that it does affect your stats a little bit, but I'm not quite sure to what extent. I do think that they could have added at least one more stat in there, though, for the player, which was to increase loot drop multiplayer. Like, I think loot should have been the same on every level, and then you could just, you know, upgrade it through your stats or something like that. I think that would have been kind of a smart way to go with that as well. See if we can take this guy out now. There we go. See, let's see. 1 point in attack and 1 point in defense. See how much difference that makes. Quite a bit. Okay, we are now at the dragon. So I apologize, I thought it was difficulty 10 that the dragon's on, but it's 9. Interesting that there isn't 10 levels. Now these guys are going to drop loot like crazy. This level, for some reason, like, they drop these diamonds, and your loot just skyrockets as you collect it. It's crazy. There we go. So what I like to do with this usually is just collect as much as I can for a couple minutes, and I'll just upgrade everything and then just speed through the rest of the level. So let's see, we can do attack, defense, that's all we can do. Let's keep going. Let's upgrade the other stuff too. And maybe even do the other ones another time. So everything except for speed, I think. There we go. So everything is stacked at least once over, which is a good place to be at the end of your first run. And usually I'll set a little goal for myself here too. I'll be like, you know, once I hit level 15 and upgrade these things one more time, then I'll go after the dragon. So we'll hit 15 and then we'll go after the dragon. There we go, there's 15. Let's upgrade a defense one more time. Let's go after the dragon. I think we can take him. There we go. So now when you kill the dragon, you didn't finish the game. All that means is that you beat him once. And now you go through all the levels again, and again, and again, and again, grinding, you know, trying to kill the dragon, get more loot and more experience and everything as you go. Now, when you slay a dragon, something else interesting happens. You actually rescue these miners. Now, these miners, what they do is they get you gold. Now, I didn't find them to be super useful because there was no reason to continue my character past 100 because all the achievements are done at that point. If we hit right trigger here, you'll see that we have a miner, and what he does is he actually goes in and he grabs a skull. So he collects one piece of gold every single time. We'll collect what he's got so far. But the more miners you get, every time you beat a dragon, you get another miner. So I don't know how many times I beat the dragon. I think it was 30 times on my other character. So that means I have 30 miners all getting gold, you know, throughout the day. And if you close the game and come back to it later in the day or the next day, you'll find that you have a full amount of gold to collect, and you can use that to upgrade your character, which is pretty cool. But you'll see here, you can actually skip levels now. Now that you've unlocked it, you could skip all the way to the dragon if you wanted to. At this level, I think that's a bad idea. So you could probably manage doing difficulty 10 or 11 on your own, and you'd be fine. But if you skip all the way to the end, you're going to be hurting. That's for damn sure. But here you can see the loot has gone up considerably just for this one small level here. Let's see, we'll do speed. Bump our speed up a bit. I think what we'll do is we'll take this guy out. Let's reach 16. Take him out. There we go, there's 16. Let's upgrade. And with speed and ferocity, we take out the boss. So that is the game, basically. There isn't really much to it. So imagine doing that for, like, you know, another hour or two there. But what I do want to show you is I do want to go back, and I want to show you my main here. So let's see, we're on X. So you're going to see this every single time you start. You're going to see, because it's basically like you're replaying the game every single time. But the difference here is when you get into it at this high level, you'll see that we're at difficulty 171. We have destroyed the dragon 30 different times. At our mine, you could see, actually it's only been probably, I would say, an hour since I finished the game. And at this point now I have 99,999 pieces of gold to collect, so I can get all those to upgrade my guy. But I just want to give you a quick little blurb here. We're not going to stop for anything. I'm just going to run through this. Look at this. Look how fast this dude goes. Boom. That is how quick you can finish levels when you're overpowered at this level. It's insane. Let's see. Let's jump up to another higher level, and then we'll call it here. We'll do home to the undead one more time here. Boom. Boom. But you see, all the gold that we're collecting, all the loot that we're collecting means nothing, so we should probably spend it. There we go. Wasn't heeding my own advice. I pushed critical a couple times, even though it's not going to help. But at this point, every single time you upgrade, you're going to need almost 10,000 pieces of loot. So you see, everything is maxed out. But we'll just keep upgrading. But here we go. Let's take out the boss. And there you go, that is Loot Hero DX. That, like I said, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a cool little game. It's a great time waster for 2 or 3 hours, and it's only $2.99. But if you're lucky, if you go check out BundleStars.com, or if you go to Humble Bundle website, you know, maybe they might have it looped into one of their bundles. Great sites to check out if you are aiming to just buy a ton of Steam games at once for really cheap. I'm pretty sure that's where this came from, because I don't remember outwardly buying this on my own. But even for $2.99, if it's something you want to check out, I think it's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a really good palate cleanser if you just need to kill time for like maybe 10, 15 minutes or something. It's one of those great games, too, that you can just pick up real quick and play. So I had a really good time with it with the short time that I actually played it. And I think you would, too, if you checked it out. But there you go, everybody. Thanks for watching The Game Grave, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to check out the other shows I have on my channel. I have GGRC, where I cover contemporary games, and I have The Quake Grave, where I play through all kinds of old Quake maps. Enjoy!